What's going on, YouTube? So today we're going to talk about the 5 seeds that I would be growing in 2025 if I were a beginner gardener. So let's jump right into it, okay? I'm just gonna pop them up on the screen as I go through them. I had a subscriber reach out to me to ask me this question, and the first thing that comes to mind is what do you like to eat? You know, I know that's not the answer that a lot of people want, but definitely as you get more and more into gardening, I would say the main thing is to focus on things you like to eat. Some of them may be more difficult than others. So I would, just keep working on it and don't give up on it if it doesn't succeed the first time, you know? So the simple and most complete answer to that question is grow what you like to eat, okay? Now, there are, I would say, seed growing, seed germinating, growing your own vegetables is not one size fits all. So a lot of the vegetables, some of them are hard to grow, some of them are easy to grow. So if you want to know which seeds I believe are the easiest to grow, that's what we're going to talk about today. These are the seeds that I think that beginner gardeners would have the most success growing. Therefore, giving them the most confidence in growing a garden. Another thing I wanted to touch on is location plays a big role in how well these vegetables do, or just any vegetables in general. So this is a general list. Definitely I'm in zone 8B, middle Georgia, the western side of Georgia. And all of these would do well here. My peanut gallery. All of these would do well here, but definitely they all, for the most part, have different times of year when you would plant these, okay? So let's jump right into it. The number one thing on my list, and this is not in any particular order, but peppers. I feel that peppers are fairly easy to grow. I'm gonna pop up on the screen some peppers that I recommend and that have done well for me. Peppers, they're a heavy feeder, so they do require a good amount of fertilizer. I've grown peppers and not taking care of the area very well. Had a lot of weed competition, and the peppers still did amazing. So I definitely recommend peppers. Another one is bush beans. And I say bush beans specifically because with vining beans, it's not that they're hard to grow, but you do need to build some type of trellis system. So that's why I don't highly recommend it for beginner gardeners, but the actual growing process of growing the vining versus the bushing, they're not hard to grow. They don't require a lot of fertilization, especially as far as nitrogen is concerned. So your beans would be definitely something that I would recommend to grow. Cucumbers. Now, you might say, well, didn't you just say vining beans were, Yeah, but I think that cucumbers are still pretty easy to grow. You would have to build a trellis for them. I would not recommend growing cucumbers just on top of the ground because your fruit will probably spoil. But cucumbers to me are very easy to grow. Start with some simple ones and Yeah, I haven't seen a cucumber that was extremely difficult. Let me get some coffee. It's kind of chilly out here, but I do got some good sun in my janky Yardbird mug. I'll pop that on the screen just in case you didn't get a good view of it. If you like that mug, which I love it, go visit Janky Yardbird on Instagram. Send him a DM and see what y'all can work out about getting one of these mugs. There's no affiliation there, just he's a good guy, you know, and I support him anytime that I get the opportunity. So back at it, summer squash. That's hit or miss. I think it's easy to grow. The hard part about squash, especially summer squash, is keeping it growing to continue to produce. Now, I don't think that a beginner gardener would have any harder time growing this and keeping it alive than a more experienced gardener, because the squash vine board does not determine which plants he's going to eat based on how much or how long you've been growing. So it's a good one. Another one off of that is so summer squash could be a zucchini. It could be a crookneck squash, which that's the squash that, those are the two that I like to grow the most. But there's so many other ones out there. And like I said, I'll pop some up on the screen so you guys can check those out. And my leafy green of choice is collards. I have never had a failed crop of collards. Very easy to grow. You could also throw in something like kale, mustards, anything like that for your leafy greens. I think they're easy to grow, so I highly recommend collards. And those are my top 5. So I have 2 honorable mentions as well. The first one is beets, or I should say root veg, like carrots, beets, radishes. I think are very easy to grow, and they have a short date to maturity. Radishes do, so beets do as well, fairly. Carrots, you know, a little bit longer of a wait. And my last honorable mention is okra, especially down here in the South. Y'all know it's a staple. It'll take this heat and laugh at it. It can handle a drought. It's very prolific. The jambalaya okra that I'm popping up on the screen right now is very, very prolific. The only issue with a beginner gardener with okra, especially one like jambalaya, is that you have to keep up on the harvest. Like, you will almost have to harvest every single day until the plant stops producing, which it doesn't stop producing until maybe even the first frost, you know? So it's got a long harvest window. It produces a lot, which is something that I like for beginner gardeners, so they can see that they can grow something and it produces. But yeah, okra is definitely something that I think that if you're on the fence about what you want to grow, throw some okra in there and it should do fairly well. Well, guys, that's it for my list. This video was created because of a comment that I got. So I read all the comments. I appreciate all the comments. And, you know, I get a lot of the attaboy comments, you know, and I love those because, trust me, it is rough on these YouTube streets. I need it. I need the pep talk. But I also appreciate the thought-provoking comments, the ones that are, hey, what do you recommend for this? Or the last 2 videos, and I'll put that one here on the screen as I close this video down. But the last video about the drip irrigation, if if you haven't seen that one, check that out. Also, if you haven't seen my seed collection video, that one's here on the end screen as well. And all of those came from subscriber questions. So I really appreciate them. I'm listening. I'm producing content because of those questions and comments. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.